Hyenas may be some of the most bloodthirsty predators on our planet and a terrifying force in the jungle. But as soon as they come into contact with dogs, they end up getting owned in the most humiliating ways ever, which is exactly what we're about to see today. Here's an example of what could happen to a lone hyena if it overstepped its boundaries around a hostile dog. As you can see, the furious pit bull is absolutely destroying the corpse of a hyena that it had just killed, and the dog does not seem to be suffering from any serious injuries, which means that the hyena barely even fought back. Isn't it amazing that a domesticated animal was able to crush a wild predator this badly and not even get injured during the fight? Do you think that pit bulls would have been able to challenge and defeat even bigger wild animals if they had been bigger in size? Please share your opinions in the comments section down below. This dog was trying to make friends with a hyena that it was supposed to help train, but the hyena was absolutely terrified of the dog. Both animals were of similar size, but when the hyena found itself locked inside of a cage with the dog, it decided to stay crouched in the corner to try and protect itself from it. The hyena knew that it had no fighting chance against the canine, and no matter what the dog did to calm it down, it was still scared of it, and it kept assuming a submissive position around it. The dog was in complete control in this incident, and it could have easily attacked and even killed the hyena, but all it wanted was to become friends with it. Being foolish enough to try and prey on one of these dogs did not help this hyena at all. The hyena charged the dogs and their owner, and was hoping to grab one of the dogs and scare the rest of them away while it dragged its victim to consume it somewhere else. But the complete opposite happened. Instead of singling out and isolating one of the dogs, all three dogs immediately attacked the hyena as soon as it charged at them. And even though the hyena was a pretty tough and stubborn one, the dogs ended up ripping it to shreds. The hyena was still trying to bite one of the dogs' neck throughout the entire fight, but the vigilant dogs never allowed it to succeed. After it had come into a residential area, this hyena ended up receiving a very brutal welcoming from the neighborhood's stray dogs. They surrounded the predator and started attacking it from every possible angle, while the hyena screamed and searched for cover. The hyena tried to escape multiple times, but the dogs were not allowing it to. They wanted to teach it a harsh lesson about coming into their territory, and that's exactly what they were doing. The battle lasted for quite some time, and even though the dogs had the hyena completely surrounded, they took their sweet time attacking it and didn't try to kill it right away. A hyena was brought in front of multiple dog cages that were full of dogs here, and the dogs were more than eager to break out of their cages and attack the hyena, as you can see. The hyena was also acting tough from behind the bars, but if the dogs had been set free, the hyena would have paid a very heavy price for its provocative behavior. I think the dogs were more mad about the hyena invading their territory than anything else at first, but when the hyena started acting aggressively, they also wanted to establish their dominance over it and teach it a lesson. This hyena was clearly very intimidated by the dog and was doing everything it could to get on its good side. The dog was a very tame one, and it wasn't acting in an aggressive or hostile way at all, but the hyena still couldn't shake its fear around it whenever they came into contact. If the hyena was that scared of the dog, even though it was a very friendly and calm one, imagine how scared it would be if the dog had been a violent, non-friendly one. I had no idea that hyenas were this terrified of dogs. In this very old footage, a brutal dog could be seen viciously attacking a hyena in the middle of the desert. And while most of the people around were too scared to try and break off the fight, One man did try to intervene, but the dog just couldn't be controlled. It was absolutely destroying the hyena and showing it no ounce of mercy. And all the poor hyena could do was lay on its back and twitch and scream in pain as the dog continued its brutal attack and the man struggled to stop it. Of course, getting attacked by dogs is one thing, but getting attacked by wild dogs is a completely different story. Here we have a hyena that understands the potential danger of provoking dogs very clearly. Normally, no creature could get this close to a hyena without getting attacked by it or ending up as its meal. But this one understood that trying anything sneaky was going to get it torn to shreds by the dogs that were occupying the area. The hyena sniffed around for a bit as it was trying to find something to eat. But when the dog started getting too close, it suddenly decided to get out of there while it still could. It was a smart decision on the hyena's part, as it was only a matter of time before the predator's presence angered the dogs enough to make them act aggressively. As we've all seen, the hyenas were failing miserably against regular stray dogs. So what do you think is going to happen to this one after it was captured by a pack of wild dogs? These dogs are the definition of brutal, as they tend to rip their prey apart and feed on it while it's still alive. The hyena knew that very well, and it was probably trying to mentally prepare itself for what was coming. Did you enjoy this video? Please let us know in the comments section down below. And don't forget to leave us a like and subscribe to the channel while you're at it. And please, turn on your notifications bell to get notified when we upload a new video. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.